Guatemala, Sudan, South Sudan, Cameroon, and other nations. And to all of you,
Cierra la frontera! Close the border! That's the solution! That's the solution, Eric Adams! I got it, don't push me. I got it. Close the border! Close the border!
That is
close the border!
One voice against the thousands of us that are fighting for what's right. And all you have to do is do an analysis.
You're a one-term mayor! You're a failure!
You're a failure! Wanted to come here.
Cross the street, okay. I got you. You want me to? I'm pushing me in all different directions. You're a failure, Eric Adams! You put illegal immigrants that are unvetted. We don't know who they are. Ahead of legal migration. I have family members from Colombia waiting 7 years. 7 years for an interview. And you're gonna put illegals? You're gonna put illegals ahead of my family members from Colombia? This is ridiculous. This is a national disgrace. One-term mayor. Eric Adams, one-term mayor. Close all the shelters. Close all the tent cities. All of them. That's the solution. You want to know the solution? Don't listen to that fool up there.
Guys, you're not mayor. What a great
close the border.
Solution.
Call up Biden to close the border.
What's his name?
David Rem.
From where?
I'm a concerned parent from New York City and born and raised.
How do you spell your
R-E-M.
R-E-M.
Queens, New York in the house.
Thank you.
Putting illegal, we don't know who they are. They're drug smugglers. They're child rapists. They have no. My grandparents were vetted at Ellis Island. This is absolutely ridiculous. Ridiculous what this mayor's doing. Talking about that everything's wonderful in New York. Everything is a disaster. A freaking disaster in New York. From crime to immigration, all the companies are leaving. All the money's leaving New York. A big 2-page ad in the Post the other day. All the companies taking all the billions of dollars out of New York City. Guy's a fool up there.
Hey everyone, I'm here with a counter-protester who just crashed Mayor Adams's work authorization rally for migrants. So what's your message?
My message is the only solution to this catastrophic humanitarian problem is to close the border. If you do not close the border, this will never stop. And this is financially unsustainable. I have family members from South America. This is not against immigrants. I have no hate in my body, not one bone of hate. But my family members have been waiting 7 years, 7 long years in their respective countries. And they paid thousands of dollars for all the legal fees, for the fingerprinting. Just like my grandparents when they came and they got vetted through Ellis Island. These migrants, and they're illegal aliens, stop calling them migrants. They have jumped the line over people waiting in their respective countries all around the world, and that is not fair. And Eric Adams and Joe Biden, they're rewarding them. They're rewarding them with $400 a night hotels, with $1,000 scooters, with $800 EBT cards that reload every month. And they don't even know who they are. They've never been fingerprinted. They've admitted they're not vaccinated. So why do our cops get fired when they don't agree to take a vaccine and they let in 100,000 migrants who are unvaccinated? Where is the justice? And you know what? This is a land of law. And they are violating federal law. And the only reason they want them here is so they can vote in the election for Democrats. It's a Democrat policy. You need to close the border. Eric Adams should be right here now, screaming out to Joe Biden saying, close the border. To Kathy Hochul, close the border. I told my family members this week, you waited 7 years. Don't wait anymore. Cross the border illegally, because at the end of the day, in a couple months when this all implodes, they're going to tell those legal people waiting to come to this wonderful country, there's no more room for you. So I told them, come across the border illegally, just like all of these people. Stop waiting. And one already made it, and one is on its way. So if you don't treat everybody across the board, look, you walk into a DMV, you take a ticket, you sit down, you wait for your number to be called. Why are they giving them favorite treatment over legal petitions that have been lagging years in the immigration court? This is a disgrace. This is a disgrace that they're not calling out Joe Biden and Kathy Hochul, because this cannot, again, be economically sustained. This is about to collapse, and they're going to be forced to close the border. So do it already. Do the right thing, Eric Adams. Do the right thing, Joe Biden. Do the right thing, Kathy Hochul.
Thank you so much.
New York City. Look, who would you want more as your neighbor or your coworker than somebody who loved their kids and believed in the future so much?
When I say, what do we want? You say work permits. What do we want? Work permits. What do we want? Work permits. What do we want? Let's hear it. And when do we want it? Yeah. When do we want it? Make sure the federal government hears it. When do we want it? Yeah.
Just imagine where you would be right now as an individual, as a person that's standing here. Imagine where you would be when your parents, when your loved one, or you, came to this country and you were told that you could not pursue the American dream. Imagine if that right was stripped away from you. I don't care if you were the early Irish, early Italians, the early Jews, the early Japanese, the early, no matter who you are, where you came from, you came here to pursue the American dream. The only country on the globe, I say over and over again, where dream is attached to its name. And the most important aspect of that dream is the right to self-determination. When I spent the night in the asylum hut that we created and spoke with the asylum seekers, they were clear. We don't want your free food, we don't want your free bedding, we don't want your health care. We just want to work. We want to have the opportunity to do what everyone else had the opportunity to do. And we're saying we must expedite work visas. It's just common sense. Thousands of jobs are available to be filled to provide the services we need in the city, the state, in this country. And to have a new wave of individuals coming here to participate in the American dream says it all. This is who we are as a country. And no one knows that better than our labor community. I cannot thank labor enough for stepping up and adding their voice to this call.
No, the mayor is destroying the city. Wait, don't touch me. I'm asking you why I have to leave. I'm an American citizen. I was born here. I was born here. I was born here. I'm not doing anything illegal. We'll go down to the CCRB and we'll file a complaint. The mayor knows who we are. Talk to the mayor. Talk to the mayor. I'm an American. Soy boricua. Yo tengo derecho de estar aquí. I have rights to be here. I'm not cursing. I'm not being violent. We support the blue. We said this over and over again. We support them when they do the right thing. You understand that? We support the blue. Many cops know me. We support them. The mayor knows me. Jumani Williams know me. Censorship is not right. Censorship is not right. I was born in this city. Was you born here, brother? Are you a citizen? Then you have the right to speak, brother. And you don't have the right to censor me. This mayor, Eric Leroy Adams, is destroying our city. He is not putting New Yorkers first. He's not putting citizens first. He's not putting cops first. Do you know that, brother? He's not putting cops first. Jumani Williams, anti-cop. Brad Lander, he hates you guys. He hates you guys. And here you are protecting them. We understand you got to do your job. But they hate you. Have no mistake.
And that's what these folks want.
Have no mistake. They hate you guys.
In these days,
we do not hate you.
Today,
we know we need cops in this city.
When do we want it? What do we want?
Destroy New York, destruyendo Nueva York. Estos políticos están destruyendo esta ciudad. Yo nací aquí. Yo tengo todo derecho de hablar. I was born in this city. I have every single right. You tell me I don't have the right to speak in America. There's the courthouse. Face the courthouse. Right there. Justice for all, brother. Justice for all.
Immigrant community themselves.
Sir, can I ask you, what is your opposition specifically to
We
work
are not
permits?
against migrants.
But this is about work permits. Why don't you support that?
This is about migrants, brother. Don't paint the narrative. The New Yorker paints the narrative. The narrative is there. You gotta know how to look for it. This is about Idanis Rodriguez. This is about the mayor. They want these people to vote illegally. I say it like that. Illegally, they want them to vote. There's a bill that was passed in the council. Everybody knows about it. The court shot it down. 1867. This is the work of Idanis Rodriguez. That guy is so bad for this city.
What's your name, buddy?
Raul Rivera Figueroa. Many people will not cover what I'm saying. That's why we have amateurs out here. We are independent people. Even myself, we have to do our own reporting because it's not getting done.
Thanks, buddy.
See? There you go. Apparently he didn't like what I said, so he had to leave. Right? Put the whole story. Put the whole story. I'm not cursing, so you can put the whole story. You can put the whole story because I'm not cursing.
To get to New York City. And most importantly, these asylum
Close the border! Close the border! And all the naysayers, all the people who are pushing back, all the people who are fighting against this, go into your lineage. Go see when your parents or grandparents came here. Imagine people were saying to them, there's no place for you here. That is wrong, and that is not who we are as a city, and that's not who we are as a country. And we won't divide our city or country by the numerical number of people who want to rip us apart. And we need the national government to stand up. This is not a New York City issue. This is a national issue, and it must be resolved by the national issue. So don't critique what we've done. Don't tell us how we could have done it better. Don't sit in the bleachers and be a detached spectator on this full contact sport called asylum seekers. Get on the field and fight this battle with us. Don't do it in the sterilized environment of your own places. We've been on the field fighting this fight because we believe it's the right thing to do. And I know what other cities have failed to do. I was on the border in El Paso. I saw what happened with people and children and families sleeping in airports, sleeping on the street. Not one family with children slept on any street in the city of New York because we've done it. Over 100,000 people have come to this city, and we showed the humanitarian response. Our hearts are big, but our resources are not endless. We are calling on our national leaders to not do this to New York. New York City deserves better. We're the economic engine of the state and of the country. The way goes New York, goes America. And if we don't get it right in New York City, we're not going to get it right in America. Let's have a real decompression strategy at the border. Yes. Let's give us the funding that we deserve. Let's free up the federal sites. But the solution to this problem can't be, let's bring it just to New York City and ignore the fact that it's a national problem. This is what we're saying to our national leaders.
We tie those very hands that want to work. How can we say we believe in freedom?
Give it up for Mayor Adams. Let's hear it. And what do we want? Work permit. And when do we want it? Now. What do we want? Work permit. And when do we want it? Now en español, cuando digo, ¿qué queremos? Permisos de trabajo. ¿Qué queremos?